Hey, good morning, Gail. Hey, Vicky. I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're healing up. I hope things are well. I hope that people are enjoying some sunshine and some warm today. I have every intent of getting out and sucking up some vitamin D. I hope you do too. Good morning, John. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Good morning, Irene. Hello, hello. Not moving. Oh, are you still hurting? Good morning, Bob Guinan. Good morning, Irene Maxey. How are you? If things don't bloom today, it's not the it's I think today is your day. Even Vicky, are you still feeling sore from your tumble? Ah, it's a pinched muscle. That hurts. Yeah, take it easy. Well, hopefully you don't have to be anywhere. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hello, hello. It's Saturday. Today is definitely my day. Yes, it is beautiful. This is the best. This is the best yet, I think. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Don't make me laugh. Ah, I am impressed that if if you are here today, that you've carved out time for this with the sun shining and the beauty of the day leaning in. So I am especially thankful that you are with us today. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Shelby. I hope you are well. I hope you're keeping well. Things are good. Hello. Yes, it is. Yeah, everybody gets treasures in heaven today for coming out on such a beautiful day to be somewhere where you can watch this on a day with sunshine and glory. So it is so good to see everybody gathering. So we will. So welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday, the 25th day of, oh, Priscilla. Oh, that's nice, Priscilla. It's great to see you. So welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. That it is Today is the 25th day of April. It is Saturday. So everybody is, got their loungewear out from their hard day at work or from their busyness of their week, and we're just relaxing at home now, right? Okay, maybe not. So, but I want to ask you all a question this morning because it is Saturday, and let's to think of this in a little differently way and have our conversation a little. What are you wondering about? One of my favorite theologians in the whole world, Walter Brueggemann, has this way of asking questions, and he asks questions that say, "I have a wondering," which is just such a beautiful way of coming at things, of trying to discover what is contained within a thing, rather than just assuming you know what the other person is saying or thinking or doing. We're in a particularly polemic age, if you haven't noticed, whether it's, and it really doesn't matter what it is. Everybody says it's politics, but I think it's way bigger than that. We're just polarized on every possible quadrant level thing that you could come up with. If you don't hold my views, and this permission to wonder about things, to have a wondering, to have wonders in our life. You see, I think that the whole notion of wonder is one of the most beautiful, most important pieces of the spiritual journey of our Christian walk. The New Testament, and particularly in the Gospel of Luke and then in Acts, this word wonder comes up again and again and again. The disciples were wondering. The people were wondering. There were signs and wonders. Things were wonderful. That great phrase of Isaiah the wonderful counselor, that this notion of wonder and mystery is baked into the human experience, and we become, and I think it is this experience right now that is shrinking our world in some ways, and is kind of fighting against our sense of wonder. Uncle Walter, Robin Carden is here, everybody. Robin has actually had lunch with Uncle Walter Brueggemann, the next time I get to see Robin and I can shake her hand, I can say, there's the hand that shook the hand of Walter Brueggemann. Or there's the hand that shook the hand of Walter Brueggemann. Thank you. I'll get it right. Don't worry. But it is so. But this notion of having a wondering and having wonder in our lives. So I just want to ask you a question in the chat this morning. What is it that you're wondering about? What is it that is, and maybe it is mystery, maybe it is unease, maybe it is some other piece that's going on in your life. But what has you in this sense of wonder? Because it doesn't always have to be this joyous, like, oh, kind of thing. It can be I wonder what's going to happen with that. Or it can be concern. It particularly in the Gospels and in Acts, it takes on all forms. It can be a concern. It can be a mysterious joy. I think the divine comes to us. Jesus comes to us all manner of ways and all manner of voices, and that it doesn't have to just be this. So, but what are you wondering about? What are you wondering about? And then we'll get to our scripture and talk a little bit about this notion of wonder. Good morning, Audrey. Great to see you here. So as I'm looking for your chats, I want to offer you this a piece of this that a few weeks ago, if you remember right, right behind me, the forsythias were coming. That they're really the first plant to blossom in spring. They're the first thing that will give color, that takes us out of this world of brown and brings us to this world of beginning of green and colors. And it's this yellow. But the ones I forced, if you can see there, they are looking pretty sad. They really are starting to die. And yet, what I did is I went back to the plant that wasn't forced. I wonder when I'll feel better. Yeah, that's such a gateway of all sorts of things. Both of despair and goodness. I wonder if I'll ever get my life back. Yeah, I think we're all wondering that to one degree or another. And if we do get our life back, what does it look like? Notice that those ones that I forced, I went out to the tree today, and these ones are what's on there now, which are just ready to pop. That one right there has opened. All the rest of these are ready to pop. And then I went over to another part in which which is a little more shaded, and these are just pregnant with promise. And here's what I want to offer you in this wondering time. Is that all of these are a part of God's love. the what will be, the what is, and the what was. That it will never be the same. Yes, there's a serious wondering in that. And this notion of wondering about the future, wondering about this. Now, I want you to hold on to these wonders. I want you to think about these wonders, but I want us to try and reframe them a little bit, to hold them, but to hold them but we have a choice in our wondering. We have a choice in our wondering about how we can hold these things, and we can say, wait a minute. We are wondering into anxiety. Will I ever get my life back? Will it ever be as it was? Even if it won't be as it was, will it ever be any good? Will I ever stop hurting? Will I ever stop being lonely? Will I ever stop being in these places? What will this, or we can hold our wondering as if what will come next is a great and abundant gift from the one who made us. You see the what comes next, because I submit to you that these little guys are preaching a much better sermon to us, or a much better message to us than we'd ever get. That this notion of this thing that will come next, these were full of this was full of promise. This is full of beauty and promise. And what comes next? It too will be filled with beauty and promise. How will we see it? Will we appreciate it? Will we look for it? We get a vote in that. But we can hold our mystery. We can hold our wondering in that same way that Walter, often, that Uncle Walter often holds that. Because he asked that question, and it was Robin that taught me this. He asked that question at actually really temperamental and hard clashing times. Not when I wonder if we'll have pancakes for breakfast. He's talking about people who are really in contention. And this phrase of being able to wonder into the future, to wonder what it will become, because our future really should be wonderful, and our day can be filled with wonder, full of wonder. This wonderful counselor that is given us is here to bestow upon us a life filled with wonder, and we can fill that with wonder in a way that isn't anxious, that isn't worry, that isn't pain. One of my favorite quotes about this is from, I'm doing a lot with flowers, but flowers is the language of this season. If you haven't noticed that, flowers, the language of spring. Emerson says that the earth laughs in flowers, if that is not the most perfect phrase to talk about flowers. And my mom was a florist, so I grew up around flowers. I grew up in greenhouses and seeing flowers, and so I speak flower a little bit. So as a second language, there's something beautiful in that. But I want to say to you these great words. I want you to hear these great words from G.K. Chesterton, because they, I think, are perfect for this hour. And they're to remind us of where and what this wonder thing is about what we're really, about how our joy and our day is linked, how everything good in our life is linked to our embrace of mystery and our embrace of willingness to be filled with wonder. That our jadedness, our closed eyes, are the very things that our inability to see the bud that is ready to pop next is our abandonment of God's gift of us. So Chesterton writes this. He says, "A child kicks its legs rhythmically in excess, not absence of life. A child has too much life," is what he's saying. They're too busy. Because children have abounding vitality, because they are in spirit fierce and free. Therefore, they want things repeated and unchanged. They are fierce and free, repeated and unchanged. They always say, "Do it again, do it again." And the grown-up person does it again until he is nearly exhausted. For grown-up people are not strong enough to exult in monotony. Oh, such a good line. Grown-up people are not strong enough to exult in monotony. but perhaps God is strong enough. Is it possible that God says every morning, do it again to the sun and to every evening. Do it again to the moon. It may not be automatic necessity that makes all daisies alike. It may be that God makes every daisy separately, but has never got tired of making them. It may be that he has the eternal appetite of infancy, and for we that have sinned and grown old, and it is our Father in heaven that is younger than we are. Oh, so good. So good. Raise your glasses, everybody. That's a Rob Bellism for those who are Rob Bell fans. Ah, so good. That is fantastic. Maybe, just maybe, that it is possible that God says every morning, do it again to the sun, and every evening, do it again to the moon. Friends, it is a wonderful world. And I'm going to leave you today. I actually want to leave you today with a song because if nothing brings about mystery the way we wonder what's going to happen when I play the ukulele. So I want you to hear these words. I want you to let this flow over you wherever you are. Let this just come into you and understand that we are in the midst of mystery. We are in the midst of wondering, and that our wondering is a great and good gift. We can hold it as anxiety, or we can hold it as promise of a bud of tomorrow. And if we hold it in that way, we hold it as God holds it, saying, do it again, do it again. I see trees of green and red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also in the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Embrace the wonder of your day, gang. Embrace it. Embrace it. Let it be wonder-filled with all of the things that you are wondering, whether they are points of anxiety, whether they are points of joy. Hold them with the promise that God has love and goodness and joy for you in the saying of, do it again to the sun and the moon, and to you and to I. This is our invitation today. It is so great that you are journeying with us. Thank you. We will worship tomorrow at 10 a.m. if you want to join this right here. So come and be a part of our worship service. The order of service will be posted on the Facebook page. If you like what you've heard over these weeks, if you enjoyed journeying with us, I want to invite you today. I don't always do this, but I want to invite you today to share this with somebody. Maybe there's somebody in your heart that you feel like you are that has come to you. You know, that these moments you're just sitting there on the couch, like, I don't know if you have time to sit on the couch these days. I know some people are busy. That's actually not a generalization. Some people this is a very hard time for, in terms of the busyness that they're carrying, and we hold them in our prayers as well. But if you're in these days where you're somebody comes to you and that little pops into your head and you think they need encouragement, send them something that you think is encouragement. Invite them to be a part of this community. We are going to continue to journey with this. I'll be here each day. We're going to continue to go through as long as we are separated in person. We will not be separate in spirit, and we will be the church gathered, even if we are the church deployed. So I hope you'll share this with others who are out there and you think might need encouragement as well. With that, hope to see you at worship tomorrow. Be a blessing. Know the blessing. Get out and suck up some vitamin D this day and see this wonder-filled world. All right, friends. Thank you. Have a great day.